And we're live, Mr. Megino.
Let's go.
So the people don't know, but we everybody calls you Megino.
Yeah.
But that's your last name.
Yeah.
Is there a translation for that in English?
Not at all.
Not at all. Huh?
Not at all. Not
Okay,
at all.
But
it came to be because we were like 3 Diegos in my grade, so it was very.
It's a very Spanish name, huh?
Yeah, very very Spanish name. Everywhere there's Diegos. Everywhere. It's very nice. All Diegos are the same, bro.
Yeah.
I really.
What do you mean are the same? In what way?
I don't know. It's weird, but I get along with every single Diego I've met. I've never met a Diego, and I haven't had a quick and bond with them that's emotional and like on a deeper level than just the name, bro. Maybe that's placebo as hell.
I was gonna ask, do you think it's because do you think it's psychological, like you're conditioning yourself before?
100%. 100%.
I love that. I love that. Well, man, thank you for being here.
Oh man,
thank you for making the time. I want to tell the people a little bit about you, and I'll let you also introduce yourself a little bit. But it's funny because a few months ago, I've known Megino over here for how many years would you say? Because you're older than me, and you were in my high school.
Yeah. So I arrived in 6th grade, so I was 11, and you were.
I arrived in infants.
Okay.
I was there for a while.
So we met when you were in 5th grade. So I was 11. You were
I don't know
like
if we met
10.
then. I don't think we know the exact time we met.
No, probably not.
Probably not, huh?
Probably not.
But I do remember like getting to know you. Also, thanks to Fran a lot. I feel like I was.
Of course.
Right, so like I used to go to my best buddy's house. It was you were the best buddy of the brother, so we'd always see each other there. It's funny. But and then a few months ago, Megino reached out to me about the podcast. Remember? I said, and it's funny because I remember telling Hannah, I remember telling Jamie, I was like, I love it. Well, you were one of the people that I wanted to get on. I knew it. I knew that I was going to do that. And it's funny because when you reached out to me, I was like, this is so great. Like I need to start getting the people for season 2. Because now we're starting season 2.
Ooh,
and
nice.
so thank you for being one of the first guests of season 2.
Hey, pleasure. My honor. That's so cool.
And it's funny, you reached out to me when I was in the US. And what ends up happening is I come back, I think the week I get back, and I was telling you the story before. Every Sunday, I plan I reflect on my past week. I plan the week ahead. And one of my questions is, what do you want to implement or change for the next week? And I was like, well, I want to start filming the podcast again, season 2, but I just don't know with who. And like, it's funny. It says exactly, I don't know IDK with who. And
then come along as this cripple.
How's your knee, man? You came up with your.
It's good.
With your crutches, huh?
Yeah.
What happened to your knee? Remind me. You had an operation?
I got a surgery, ACL and meniscus, both of them. Yeah, so tough stuff.
How did it happen?
Skateboarding, man. Skateboarding is a tough sport. It's a tough love. It's based on pain. Been skating since on and off. So the first time I got on board, I was 7. If I would have never stopped since then, I'd probably pro. But I stopped for a long time and completely forgot how to skate. And then I relearned it like at around 11 or 12. And since then I haven't stopped.
Why did you stop? Is there a reason?
I lost the skateboard, bro. I moved from Germany to Spain. And I lost my skateboard and I just didn't find the interest for it anymore. And I don't know. It just kind of happened.
I see a lot of your video skating. I really like it. Well, and you do cool videos. How do you film it? Like sometimes you're holding it, aren't you?
Yeah, sometimes I hold it. I don't know. I just like filming everything. I guess I've gotten like a weird practical my style, my arm kind of stuff. I have long arms.
Yeah, you do.
So it allows me for like weird angles from everywhere.
You don't use any equipment?
Nah. Maybe I could, but I feel like that would hinder me because I'm not controlling. If I'm holding a stick, at the end of it, there's the phone. I'm like scared that I'll bang it or like it's not, in my range or something.
Okay, so you started skating at 7, you said. Who gifted you that first board?
Damn, that's a good question. I think nobody did. I went and bought it. I actually remember perfectly well the day I bought my first skateboard. It was a Titus skate shop. It's a German brand, German skateboarding brand.
What part
really
of Germany?
Good. I lived in Stuttgart.
Okay.
Which is the south.
I
had to.
Beautiful. For German people.
They just played. Spain played against Germany in Stuttgart.
I know we saw that.
Yeah. So there I got a board. It was a complete 100 euros. You can get you can either build a board, obviously, so you buy the trucks, the wheels and stuff, or you get a complete, which is they could just give you the whole thing.
And you got the complete.
And I got the whole thing, which is a really smart choice. If you want to start skateboarding, get a complete first, get used to it.
You heard it here first. Yeah. Wait, so was this money that your parents gave you as a 7-year-old, or was this money that you made in your own like lemonade stand?
No, I never did lemonade stand stuff, dude. I wish I did.
Was that not a thing in Germany?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It definitely wasn't. Well, I don't know if it wasn't, but it wasn't for me. I never did.
So was this like birthday money, Christmas money?
I guess, yeah. I barely remember, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if you're a 7-year-old going around making money or...
No, it was just I told my parents I want to skate for some... I think I had a friend who skated before me, and he kind of pushed me into it. He still skates now. In fact, he skates better than me because he never stopped either. Well, no. I skated longer than he had, and then he stopped while I continued, and then I stopped because of injuries, and then he continued. So it's been like a back and forth thing. I have a really deep bond with this dude. He's also one of my best friends from Germany. Wow. And I think he got me into skateboarding and parkour. This guy was insane. Felix is his name. Still skates, yeah. He still skates, and he skates a lot now. A lot.
Man, I like. So you think? So these were your words. If you wouldn't have stopped, you think you would have been pro?
I would have aimed for that with all my life. I think my brain would have been programmed to just go for it. I mean, at the end of the day, I skated for mental and like physical exercise, but also mental, breaks. It was like you go and you jump. It's a sport, bro. You get on your sport and you're in your own head. And skateboarding is very nice because it's a community. So you go to a skate park and you're like saying hi to people that you see every Tuesday, and you don't really talk to them, but it's still like a very nice, hey, nice to see you here again, And if you land something, it's like, whoa, that was sick. I didn't know you could do that.
You're all hyping each other up, huh?
But I also chose it as I put on my earphones, and it's me in there, and it's me and my board, and if I fall, I fall. I have to stand up and continue. So I don't know, like what I'm trying to get to is I just got hooked to it, and you just get hooked to it. And if I would have gotten hooked to it since the age of 7, I'm pretty sure I would have been pretty good by now. But now there's no chance.
No, too late, you think?
No, definitely not.
Why?
Kids nowadays at the age of 7 are doing stuff that I'm never gonna do in my life. And that's facts.
But is it because you didn't train enough? Like, what if you would train now as hard as a 7-year-old does?
I don't know, man. Skateboarding is so physically punishing that I do believe that unless you start at a good age to get used to it, and your body understands the falling and the getting back up, and you don't have to get any major surgery that's hindering your future advance.
Yeah, good point.
It's a very hard sport to suddenly start late and progress quickly. So, like, I'm sure after this, I'm never gonna be as good as I was, nor as much better than I will be. Man. And I'm okay with it. I mean, it's fine. I'm pretty good, so I don't really care. I enjoy myself. It's
you do it as a hobby now.
Exactly.
That's cool. So, are there? I know that I've seen a lot of skateboarders on YouTube and on the social medias, but do you follow a lot of people like that skate a lot and watch a lot? Like, do you consume a lot of that content?
I do.
It's fun to watch.
I do. Honestly, I do, but I'm not a skate rat in that sense. Okay. So I used to, as I skated, I used to watch clips and skate parts, it's called. Okay. So when a skateboarder from a brand uploads a whole set, like they go on a trip and they just footage of them skateboarding, falling, trying stuff, doing stuff. That's how they get money. It's how they get sponsors. Their videos are like 2 hour long. They're entire movies. They're beautifully made, and it's like an entire team of skateboarders. So it's like
really well produced,
beautiful music for every individual skater. Like they all choose it. The tricks are chosen. Like they skate for a year and a half, maybe 2, and they choose 20 minutes of clips from hours of clips and weeks of trying and months of trying stuff.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
That's a sport I feel like me in another life. In another life, I would have loved.
It suits you.
I would have liked to.
You look like a skater.
I would have liked, Thank you. I mean, thank you. I guess I would have liked to have done it. I know that with Jamie, he could have done it as well. I think he had a board. You had a board. Yeah, he's saying yes.
Like a carver board or like a normal skateboard. Normal. Yeah.
And we had. I remember this is like the funniest thing. I'll be like 7 or 8 or 9. I don't remember the age. Let's just say I was 11, and I remember like just going into the house and finding it in the trastero in the storage unit, and I would take it. And one day it's like, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to skateboard today. And I'd go outside and I'd do like one thing. I would fall like, not for me.
Yeah, bro. I totally get that.
But you said there's a lot of pain.
Yeah.
But you get is that what you mean by the mental sport? Is that you're training your brain?
Yeah.
To endure the pain, or how would you
to get back up, bro? It's really.
So tell me more about that. The mental game in it.
Yeah. So. Basically, to me, everybody obviously lives this entire different way. Okay. I know people who just go head first into something, and they'll just try something until they make it. I'm more of how can I do this the best way possible, and it never works out that way. But I don't know, man. There's an entire process to it. So, for example, for the falling and all that, when you want to skate and you want to do stuff that's hard, you have to commit. Like you have to. It's not a if I'll commit a little bit and then let's see what happens. No. If you see what happens, you'll fall. You'll probably eat 4, like 100%. And I've seen it every time I've tried it. I've seen it on myself and I've seen it in others. But yeah, it's just that mental game of committing to something 100% and thinking, okay, I got this, and then you don't. And you don't got this, and you don't got it at all, and you won't get it for weeks. But you just got to return, and every time you look down, so for example, I skated street and ramp. Street is very aggressive. You have to look, you're looking basically at a ledge or stairs, and you have to go, okay, I'm going to jump on top of it and then jump off of it and land 20 meters away. I have to go fast because if I go slow, I'm going to get stuck. If I go too fast, I might slip away. If I go too high, I'm not going to land. Like, there's so many parameters that are just, you can't really measure them. You just have to try and try and try and try. And I think that's the beauty of the mental game, what I refer to, which is you just got to try and keep trying and keep going and keep going. If you fall and you break your stuff, you got to continue. And I think that's what splits a proper, going back to the conversation, like, starting young. When you start young and you get into that state, it's you don't think about it anymore. It's just, you just go.
You're feeding the brain.
You're feeding the brain
over and over. It becomes a part of you. Yeah,
exactly.
So how do you? My question when I hear that is, because I'm not a skater, but everything you're saying is, for me, is applicable to legit any other thing in life.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? Mm-hmm. And I love that, because do you feel like you've seen that have been applied to other areas of your life? Have you been able to channel that energy and transfer it to other areas? Or not? I mean, if you haven't.
Yeah, of course. No, I think about it a lot, and I think so. So I like to think that yes, failure is a part. I don't want to get too philosophical, but I think it's a part of everything, as you mentioned, it applies to everything in life. Like this podcast or whatever you want to do, you have to try multiple times. You'll fail multiple times. You'll not remember to press play. You won't remember to record the audio.
Yeah, as we were talking about before, yeah.
It happens. Yeah. So you just have to make sure that when you go for it, at least you do it with best intentions, and you commit.
Yeah. Commitment is everything.
And in terms of, do I apply it to other things in life? I don't know, man. I wouldn't say weird, but no. I mean, I do, but I couldn't pinpoint right now exactly where. I
mean, I guess I mean more in terms of because I guess in the skating is a very extreme example, because you're like, the failing. Let's say here, you gave the example of the podcast, right? How my failing, or in this case, the thing of falling, right, would be not forgetting to press play, not starting it, like it happened. But I don't think you learn your lesson as much, because there's no pain like the pain that you feel when you fall. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean it's different.
So it definitely builds you.
But what's worse, physical pain or emotional pain? What's worse, bro? Like falling and hurting your wrist, and then in 3 days you're fine. You put on like a wrist guard or something, and you're fine. Or suddenly you're like, bro.
But you don't think you'd remember it more? I feel like a lot of people forget the emotional pain. Not that they forget it, but it's sometimes. Because we get so many emotions that pass like this, it's easy to, I don't want to say forget, I'm saying forget for lack of a better word, but you kind of, that's what I'm asking from your experience is the physical pain, do you remember it more? Do you feel like, or you're like, I remember this like a couple of weeks ago, I fell here and I hurt my knee. I'm not going to do the same thing because that happened.
So for sure, maybe you're right in that point that it's lasting. And for example, in this case, I sprained my ankles, I sprained my wrist. This is the first time I hurt my knee. But in other injuries, it's true that suddenly you get this weird like twitch, or you get this like pinch where you used to have an injury, and then suddenly you go, oh right, I tried this last time and it hurt real bad and I messed up. But it's scary. But at the same time, you don't want that stopping you. I mean, it's. Maybe also like emotional pain, it just happens. You get like, if you're constantly getting physical pain, eventually you're gonna overwrite the memory of being hurt with another one of not being hurt.
Man, I love that. I love that. So I write newsletters every week. I don't know if I had shared that with you. I'll definitely share them with you.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I feel like I need to share. Well, about a lot of the things that I'm learning, researching about a lot of. So it started a lot. Like I said, a lot with music when I had first started posting content online, and the letters were mainly because, as you know, like. Because I post a lot on Twitter is my main platform, but like it doesn't matter if it's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. They're not owned by us, meaning that the followers, if one day they decide to ban, like they're banning TikTok, if one day they decide to just ban Twitter or LinkedIn, fuck.
Yeah.
Right? They're just like, I don't have the, so that you own your email list.
Yeah.
So that's why they always say they build emails. So I kind of share every week. I'll share two letters, two emails, and I build it. And one of them, The one that came out 2 days ago. Today is what, Sunday? So the one that came out yesterday, Saturday, was about seeking discomfort. And it's funny because we were just talking about this, and you just said, I love the thing you just said. You're building a new comfort zone. The more that you, in your case, the more you fall, you now have endured that pain. Now your level of tolerance is a little higher. And what I was trying to draw the parallel was mentally, that your emotions, your thoughts, your fears, your insecurities, those are all building up your imaginary cage around you, and that's your comfort zone.
Bars.
Right? And and you see what I mean? And and I kind of said at the end, I was like, you're going to push, you want to seek the discomfort. Nobody wants to seek discomfort. Like we don't want, like nobody, and people have a misunderstanding that discomfort is pain, but they label it as pain, they label it as anxiety, they label it as insecurity, but it's just discomfort. It truly is in a natural state that you're not used to equals discomfort. What I was saying in it is like, nobody seeks discomfort because they want the discomfort. You seek it because you know what waits for you at the other side of it. They know what waits for you if you go beyond it. And the point is, every time you seek it, it goes over, it goes beyond, and your wall keeps getting bigger, bigger, and bigger. Your cage gets bigger and bigger, and you just said your comfort zone gets
bigger.
And that's what you were
beautiful,
saying.
Beautiful.
And I love that you brought that up because you haven't read the letter, so it's funny that we're connected. But it's cool. I feel like exactly
17 December.
We have the same birthday.
We have the same
birthday.
Actually,
to go back now,
crazy.
I was thinking about how did we get here? How did we get to talking about skateboarding? We talked about, I didn't finish the story of how I ran into you in the park with your crutches, but it's funny because Megino and I actually kept in contact over the years. We always message each other on our birthday because we have the same one.
It's a must. It's a must.
It's funny because like happy birthday.
Who goes first usually? Do we? Is it like we take turns and all?
I know that when I was in Canada, because I was 6 hours behind you. You were the one I'd wake up like, hey, But it's funny because I know other people who I share the same birthday. I never text them as much with you. I wouldn't be able to tell you, maybe 3 others. You?
Same. I know.
And you text them as much as you text me for their birthday?
No, not at all. I know this. There's this one girl also who I get along with very well still to this day, and of course I text her too. And there's another kid I met a long time, a childhood friend, but I'll never forget him just because he had the same birthday as me. He's Shuta. He's Japanese. Never seen him in the past.
Where'd you meet him, in Germany?
Yeah. So when I said last time I saw him, I was like 10 years old. Okay. I haven't seen him since. I know nothing about him.
He must have really impacted you. You still remember his name and everything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And it's funny talking about the birthdays. I feel like I'd say out of the 5, I'm just giving random numbers here, but let's say out of 5 times, I think 3 out of the 5 times we ran into each other at the same restaurant for the birthdays.
Holy.
Yes or no?
You're 100%. Café de Paris.
Yeah, we go to the same.
Shout out to Café de
Paris. The fucking Entrecôte. It's so good, man. You still go there a lot?
I haven't gone in a while.
Us neither. We used to go very religiously.
Yeah.
And then we stopped for a little bit. I'm excited to go back.
Me too.
It's funny because I feel like I've seen you there. We should go. Actually.
Why don't we go?
Let's do it. I feel like we've done it there, and maybe we've seen you there 2-3 years in a row.
Yeah, but, literally.
So then to go back to the story, because we never finished it, it's that day I run into Megino at the park next to the house, and you're with your crutches. And I remember, like, in the moment we're talking, nobody of us, I guess we both momentarily forgot about the podcast. And then at the very end, before walking away, I was like, wait, we said we're going to do a podcast together, didn't we? And I was like, man, that's so weird that this morning I wrote in my thing, like, I don't know who to do the podcast with. I just don't know who. And life just puts you in this.
And here comes
Do you go to the park a lot?
Not as much. So I live in the outskirts, right? So it's not the closest park I have to my area. I have thankfully as the outskirts I have like a lot of wilder. But it's not green now. It's yellow because it's summer. But
so a lot of nature.
A lot of nature, which I still appreciate very much. At the end of the day, is what I like to do.
Of course.
And Retiro is very nice though, and I've been coming more and more. And I haven't yet come to El Retiro just for the sake of going to El Retiro. I always choose it as a hangout spot for like a meeting point between friends, or go chill at the grass or anything. But I haven't much, and I really should because it's so nice. It's so underrated, bro.
Man, and that area where we ran into.
Yeah, definitely. And it's the park of Madrid, right? Like if you think Madrid, Retiro, like you have to go, and you truly should go. And I'd like to go so much more. I really should. Man. Yeah. I'd love to record a podcast there. I feel like it'd be too loud. Yeah, probably. But it was funny because that's what I'm saying. I was like, what are the odds of running into you? Like, I know you don't live around here, around the area. So I was like, it's funny that you don't come here a lot. You're like, no, not really. So it was cool. Yeah. But so you spend a lot of time in nature then? You like it? I love it. Do you?
Yeah, I love it. I'm trying to much more. I mean, with my new way of living and
for reflecting and all that stuff. Bro, I think nature.
I'm writing a lot.
Yeah. It's a clean slate. It's a clean slate.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you feel that for yourself?
Definitely. It's therapy for me. So I like to listen a lot to music, and I always go everywhere with music. And recently, I've noticed through trips and moving and traveling, either by myself or with people, that in nature you don't need music. Like if you just sit somewhere and there's a breeze and you're under a tree, that is wow. You're just hearing the like between the shimmering with the light of the leaves and the and you just have that for like it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Think about to meditate out there.
To meditate, and I don't. Meditate. We can talk about that later because I think. Do you meditate? You look like you meditate.
I'm getting into it.
Yeah. I feel like you'd meditate.
I'm not giving you the vibe.
Definitely, bro. I think.
Do you?
I've tried, but it's.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Wait, finish your train of thought first.
Right.
What you were saying.
So yeah, nature is just. I think it's a place where you can leave your energy, right? So if you have a lot of built up energy from the day of work or whatever. Yeah, sorry, that was my phone.
Oh, I was thinking like how did I hear that?
A lot of build up energy from the day or work or whatever, and you have stuff. And I at least for me, if I go sit next to a stream or under a tree or have a view like goes far away, not blocked by houses or anything, I feel like I'm more open, you know, and I like grounding.
Yeah.
You take off your shoe, your sock, and you just plant your feet on the dirt, and then suddenly, boom, you feel better.
The energy, yeah.
You feel. It could be placebo, but I swear to God, I'd argue it isn't.
Man, I like how you said, by the way, about just a little parentheses. I like how you said the no houses. You know, every time we go on hikes, and we went on a hike 2 weeks ago with Pedro, and we told Pedro,
"Oh, nice.
If you take us to a house, I don't want to see a single vivienda. I don't want to see a single house." So the whole motto of the whole we did a 3-hour hike. We should have told you to come with us. Next time you come with us.
I can't hike.
I know you can't hike right now, but whenever you're back to 100%.
Yeah.
We went 45 minutes away from Madrid.
Nice.
Next to Cercedilla.
I go there all the time, Puerto de Cercedilla.
And it was beautiful. It was also, so last weekend, I don't know if you remember the weather, but it was gray, 20 degrees, and it was drizzling. It was the perfect weather for a hike. And I love what you said. Like, it definitely grounds you in, because I live so close to the park. So I've recently now met most of them. I used to live between my mom and dad's, and now I'm mainly here. So I have my desk, I have my room, and someone has to take care of the dog as well, and little Molly. And all jokes aside, though, the park is so, like you said, so nice. And I'm really every morning I do take advantage of it to go on a walk. Whenever I walk her, I go there. I'll spend a good hour, 45 minutes of a walk.
Do you put on music or do you just?
So I was gonna get there, and I love that you said that, because I was like you. I was very like you, where I needed music at everything. When I worked, when I showered, when I brush my teeth, when I go on a walk, when I work out, when I get in the car,
everything.
You can think of it, kitchen, cooking,
bathroom. Literally everything.
Think of anything. Even reading. I needed some like reading music.
Facts.
And I feel like it didn't allow me to just, like you said, and those were your bars when you said, when you're in nature, you don't need music.
Yeah.
You don't need it. And it's true. It's like, and so for the meditation, I've tried. Last week when I was in Retiro seeing you, it was one of my first attempts at trying that out there. I took my book. Remember, I was like, I'll try to read a little bit if I can't meditate.
Yeah.
And I tried, but it was a Sunday. And it was way too loud. It was packed.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was like I was trying to hide in between the trees where nobody would see me. And not because I didn't want anybody to see me, just because I wanted to be private.
Yeah.
And I tried to hide. And then I would hear the birds, and I was like, "You get scared, man." You know? My sense of awareness is so high.
Yeah.
Have you tried that?
No, like without music, how you're it heightens.
Well, in two ways. Have you tried? So I know that now you're saying you don't walk. You start walks, and you do your walks without any music, correct? And now you're feeling a new experience.
Yeah. So yes. So just like you, I had music, and I still do. Not gonna lie, I have like 76 playlists of mine that I use quite a lot, like frequently, because I like to have that, you know, I have a place for reading and all that stuff. But I have friends from ICS, Javier Guri and Sofia Cabrera. Do you know them? No? They're like older.
Can we keep their names on the pod, or should I bleep them?
I don't care.
Okay. I don't know. Do they care?
No, probably not. Definitely not. Definitely they didn't care. Love you. They don't listen to music much.
No,
not at all. No, they do listen to music, but not when they're not like, if I go to their house, it's not like the first thing we do is put on loudspeaker and have some music while we talk. They just like silence, like they like the silence between talking, you know.
Okay.
And they kind of showed me the bit of value to that whenever I was with them, I didn't feel very comfortable breaking that for them. Like I feel like going, hey, can I play some music for you guys, or can I play some music now? And they'd be like, yeah, of course, no problem. But at the end of the day, I did notice that it changes the dynamic. When you have music, you're paying attention to a different thing. And in nature, when you're not playing music, I had noticed that, as you mentioned, like it's heightened. You hear the birds loud. It's like, yo, that bird is talking to that other bird. Like that's not one bird. Those are two birds. And like that with everything. Cool. And yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool.
It. And I love because also I feel like it allows, at least for me, you told me your experience, but because I'm walking, it's like I'm letting, you said, I like what you said before about you're cleansing, you know, you're refreshing your palate in a way, right? Like you're allowing, that's why when I tell a lot of people that I work with, it's like, we all have these negative thoughts, these terrible, these thoughts that are just not productive if you want to put a label to it. But majority of people, our natural tendency is to, like, we wallow in it, we like stay in it because we don't remove ourselves from it. And I've noticed for me, what works so well is whenever I do get those unproductive thoughts that I don't like, it's quickly a cue for me to go walk, even if I don't have a park. The park helps a lot, like you said, because and it's letting the fresh thought. I have so much fresh thought just comes in, rolling in. It's like you said, because you're walking and you don't need, like, you're kind of walking on autopilot. You're not consciously thinking of every step you take.
You're right.
You could, and that's another way of meditation.
Right.
I'm saying that because you're doing it automatically. Well, now one part of your brain is focused on the steps, whether you know it or not, unconsciously, and then it's letting the other part of your brain to let whatever thought it wants to come in, and that's how you remove yourself, and then that kind of the thought is gone. It's gone slowly, so you don't hold on to it. Because you know the way you let go of those thoughts is by not holding on to them. How do you not hold on to them? Remove yourself from the room. Just go and walk. That's why I love what you're saying. The walks are so nice. And now, do you find yourself? Do you do a split now? Do you still do both? Like a little bit of music, a little bit of non-music?
Yeah, definitely.
How do you choose then? That's the question. How do you choose when you want music?
I have, as mentioned, many playlists. So I have a
76
to be specific. I have a folder. You can make a folder with playlists on Spotify. And I use, I have a folder called The Elements of Life.
Okay, I love that.
And I have one which is sunrise, sunset, moon and stars, wind, water.
And you're a music curator, huh?
It's my I love it. It's an unconscious constant thing in my head to listen to music. And so what I do is, for example, if I'm going to a mountain, which is my typical nature retreat, I like to go somewhere high, watch a sunset, have some views, and just see a lot of trees and take a little hike if I can. Now with the knees a bit worse, but if not, I'd go for a long walk.
Okay.
And the music thing, it depends. If I have a lot of thoughts in my head now, and I go on this hike thinking of a lot of stuff, and I put on my earphones, I feel like I'm not letting those thoughts pass through and you know, process them and let them go, because I'm thinking about the music. So then it's not cleaning me. And I noticed this difference recently. That's why it's very interesting that we're having this conversation, because I learned this very recently, that it's very best to just let the silence of the outside help the noise of the inside, you know?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Man.
It's very nice.
That's what I'm saying. I even try, like, I don't know when's the last time I've listened to music walking. I don't remember.
Damn.
And like even now, now it's translated. So to go back to what I told you, other areas of my life. And there's times that I'll be working at my desk, and I'll like, not intentionally, but like I don't need. I don't need because I've noticed before, it's like I needed to fill every silence. And I like what you talked about your friends. I relate to that. I feel like I always need, and I love, there's time and a place. I think specifically when you have people over, you're chilling, it's great to have the background music. You'll never find me without it. But when I'm talking about time alone, it's like before I needed to fill my, like I couldn't be without it. So I'd be like working, or like now there's times I will take a shower without it. But it's good because, you know, the shower thoughts, you got so many.
Shower thoughts.
And before it's like I wouldn't, because my mind was, like you said, focused on the music. And like you said, because I'm like you, I relate to you in the musical sense where I can put my whole awareness onto the music. And I love, but me more, like I'm curious to know for you, is it more do you tend to focus more on the lyrics or on the production, the music production?
Oof, good question, bro. Very good question. So I've thought about this recently because I like a lot of music. I really don't care what it is. Whatever connects with me, bro. I don't know. It depends on the person, but on me, really, what connects with me. So the lyrics to me are important because I feel like it's someone telling a story from their point of view. Mm-hmm. So a song at the end of the day is someone that spent a long time, supposedly, thinking about what to say, how to structure it, what's the message they want to get across. And then on top of that, you have to produce it. So you want to say, okay, now that I know what I'm going to say, how do I make it sound that the mood of what I'm saying is this way? So you can have very sad lyrics and have super, super vibey sounds, right?
I love it. Yeah.
So I think I pay attention a mix, but I do love me my instrumentals. I love me some good, beautiful guitar work, some beautiful piano, some beautiful whatever instruments, battery, anything. And
next time you go to, I know you go to the concert tonight. Next time you go to those, please let me know. I'd love to go with you.
You want to come on Tuesday? Maria Jose Yergo.
What time?
7:30. Well, no, I'm gonna go around 8.
But I just know that there's a Spain game. That's the only thing.
Damn.
That would be the only reason I can't on Tuesday.
Is it on Tuesday?
I believe. Jamie, our fat guy. Jamie. I think he went to his room.
Yeah.
The time we needed Jamie to give us the facts.
Yeah, Jamie
decided to go.
It's not the same.
Spain plays on Tuesday. I think you told me, right?
Playing on Tuesday.
Yeah, are they playing on Tuesday?
They're playing on Tuesday.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my God, I'm gonna miss my semifinals.
What, man?
At what time do they play?
9. What time is your concert?
I'm gonna miss my semifinals. That's insane. Yeah, of course.
Was it very expensive?
No. I'm not gonna cancel.
Okay. Oh, good.
I like football, but I like music more.
Okay, good. That was gonna be my answer. And you know what? Stay true to your commitments.
Yeah.
You already said yes. You're only as good as your word, man. I don't no, dude, this guy was fucking punctual. I said you're gonna be here at 5. You were here at 10 to 5. I love how punctual you are, man.
I have to. I don't know why. I don't like being late.
Good.
I really
you're
don't.
Only as good as your word.
Are you?
I used to be a very late person. Today, because you were here early, I was late. Well, we did say 5.
But you arrived at 5.
Yeah.
You arrived at 5, yeah.
But I will say that I used to be somebody. I'm still like, let's say before I was like on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being the worst, I was a negative 10. So I
just wouldn't turn up.
Like not football. Like I would like, and it's like one day somebody had to tell me, and I forgot who, or actually I just remembered. Somebody told me, when you're late, you're giving the message that your time is more important than the others, right? Because it's true. Because in the moment, I'd be like, the reason I was late was not because of the traffic. Yes, the traffic didn't help. Not because of it was all these external factors that played into it. But if I would have stopped, reading, stopped watching TV, stopped doing everything I was doing half an hour earlier to plan ahead, and I would have not been late.
Yeah,
and it happened to me in many scenarios.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that I'm in this self-development thing for myself. Well, part of it is like I need to be on time. And I've also realized, and it's funny because I read this in a book once so they say that, you know how the government, the more money they print, the less value the money holds.
Yeah.
And as a result, we have inflation.
Yeah.
Well, we live in a society with inflationary vocabulary. Where a lot of people,
you say a lot of stuff and it doesn't mean stuff.
Like, I'll go for lunch on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Never seen
Hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. Let's hang out.
Yeah,
let's see each other. Let's hang out.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when I read that, it really resonated with me because I used to be that kind of person.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, either like if I don't want to see you, I'm just not going to see you.
Yeah.
And if I care, I will tell you, let's do it and let's put a date. Like right now, I asked you time.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't be there. I actually can't be there Tuesday.
Yeah.
But next concert, let me know and I'll be there.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And
of course,
I like it because I used to really, really be bad. I feel like I'm getting much better at it. I'm still not at the 10 that I'd like to be. There's still times that I can, especially when I'm back. I don't know about you, if you feel this maybe you haven't seen much of a difference, but because I've lived alone for 5 years and now I'm back living with my family, there's a big difference. Like you'll feel like it's harder because last minute they'll want to plan, and then you kind of like are abiding by that time, and then by them I cannot. It's not that you get FOMO, but it's hard to leave them.
Yeah.
And I know you're very close with your family, which I love. That's one thing we have in
Yeah.
common, that we spend a lot of time with our families, right?
Yeah,
I love that. You spend a lot of time with them. Huh?
We do. We spend a lot of time together.
And so do you relate to what I'm saying in terms of like it's hard to like leave them even if you've made another commitment?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you mentioned it's fun because yesterday or before yesterday, I had a commitment which I said yes to in advance for a long time. I had it planned. And my family, so I work until like 6:30, and then
I know your schedule very well because of paddle. Another thing that we do a lot of activities together.
We have done a lot of things together, bro. Parties, like just because we haven't hanged out like this,
like one-on-one, yeah.
Never really mattered to me.
No, because I feel like every time I saw you in a group, I always used to talk to you the most. It's so true, though. I haven't even thought of it that way.
Yeah.
We should hang out more one-on-one. I do vibe with you. Like, we won't now. We're talking about commitments. We're going to show up.
Shit.
Wait, so what were you saying? I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
No worries.
You were saying... you had a commitment yesterday.
Yeah, and my parents, my sister's now she studies in Netherlands in
like Jamie.
Yeah, true. And now
you should meet up with Megino's sister.
Damn, let's go on a full on foursome, huh?
I mean,
Utrecht.
Okay, say it.
Utrecht. Yeah.
What's it, James?
But now she's here for summer, and what I was gonna say is that like. Now that she's here, my family is like, it's the four of us now.
Of course.
So if there's a plan of the family, exactly. If there's a family plan, it's like, yo, I'm missing out. Like if I don't go to a family function, it's like I'm missing out on
so
the
much.
four of us, you know, which doesn't happen very much that often. Which at the end of the day, I don't know about you, but I get this thought of is this wrong? Like should I cancel my commitment to be with my family or should I just continue, because eventually, you know, you're not always going to be with your family is there and it's been there forever, and I don't know. Yeah, I love
that you. I have a lot. That's a lot of the thoughts I have, and it's hard because like, I relate to you 100%. Because now he's been in college. I think like your sister for a year or two. She's been 2.
Yeah, so about a year and a half.
Okay, so him too.
Yeah,
a year, maybe a little less, and. So he just came back like last week. So I feel like I've definitely put my work more to the side. Now the good news is because he is like 19.
Yeah.
I can take him everywhere with me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like especially here. Like I can
Congrats, Jamie. You can follow Julian around,
but
bro.
He can. So I start I combine activities, which is a great I was talking to one of the people I work with. I was telling him like he was like, so my wife wants to see me. My kids want to see me. And my mother wants to see me, but I don't have enough time because I work. I said, listen, have you thought of combining
them?
And you're not combining them and like you, and then he's like, and then I don't have time to honor my own needs. Okay, look, so right now, what's your highest priority? He's like, I want to be able to work out. Because I work every day, I don't have time, and then I sacrifice my sleep. And his priority is to sleep more. Yeah. So okay, we said, what can we combine here? Start going on hikes. And on hikes, you can spend time with your kids. You can spend time with your wife
and your
mom. Your mom, you know, or you can do yoga. All the three of your wife, your mom, you with the kid, take him to the gym with you. Your son wants to go to the gym. This is how you come. And me today, for example, I'm going to go do yoga with him.
Oh, nice.
You know, next week my girlfriend will be here.
Nice.
She'll join us, and then he will come too. And like,
where do you go do yoga?
Honestly, I'm trying different centers now. I've tried 3 different studios around here. Okay. One in Troika, another one not too far. Okay. One further. Today we're going further away.
Nice.
Just to try different ones.
Nice.
Because there was not that many times today. But it's good. I like trying different ones. And I have ClassPass. Have you heard of ClassPass?
No. What is that?
Bro, we gotta get you on ClassPass. let me refer you. You're gonna love it.
What's ClassPass?
I'll tell you about it. I don't want. They're not sponsoring this.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. But it's like actually a great app. It's a great app. So I'd be happy to sponsor them.
Awesome.
It's like this. I think you get a 14-day free trial. Essentially, after that becomes a membership, and you pay like $30 a month or $45 a month, and then you get access to all the boxing, yoga, meditations,
of different places,
massages, all the centers around any country you go to. If you end up tomorrow going to London, you get access to the ones in London.
Hey,
anywhere you are,
nice.
So you pay like a gym membership, and it's based on credits. Every month, and it rolls over new credits. So you get 30 credits. So for example, for yoga today, we spent 5 credits, which is nothing. Yeah. But for example, a massage will be 20 credits. Okay. But it's 20 credits. Yeah. It's nothing. I'm paying $45 for 30 credits, and you can get there's different plans. Okay. So if you want like the one like some people, for example, they won't go to the gym. So instead of paying $100 for a gym per month, you put in
40
or 80. Let's say 80, because you get a better membership. Okay. Still cheaper than the gym. You get access to everything.
Wow.
Massages, like I said.
Wow.
Yoga.
Wow.
There's probably a lot of things. There's CrossFits. Anyway, it's cool. I'll show you it.
Yeah, show me later for
I'm
sure.
thinking like now that I'm not going to go to the gym anymore because I do a lot of outdoor workouts. I'd love to know about you. Do you work out a lot?
I do. Because of the therapy for the knee, I have to do very specific workouts. So I am going to the gym now. But I have a very fixed mental goal of starting to do other types of exercise that is not gym. So I do want to try yoga. I want to try this stuff. Yeah.
Next time I'll tell you you come with us.
Yeah, please. You know who I'm just shouting out a lot of friends here. You know, Waggy, bro. Frank Wagner. He recently got his yoga.
No way, instructing?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. He went to Barcelona like for a week and a half.
In Madrid?
Yeah.
And where does he practice? Where does he give classes?
I don't think he doesn't give classes yet. I think he's still consuming classes still. Okay, he's getting to know. He's trying a lot of stuff.
Man, let me know whenever. I'd love to.
Yeah, he's getting me a lot of classes. He's awesome. He's really good. And Waggy's beautiful energy.
He's tall, right?
Yeah, he's as tall as you are.
So is that why he started yoga? You think? I was told. So I had a lot of neck and back problems. Every physiotherapist and osteo that I went to, they all said, you're going to recover way quicker and better if you go to yoga. And
nice.
I didn't listen.
Yeah, as you do.
So I'd love to meet him properly. I know I've met him before, but please, next time you see him again, I know that you see him a lot. Next time you see him, let me know.
Yeah, he lives in Madrid now, so yeah, definitely.
So
I don't think it was because I don't think he started because of height.
Okay,
but
it could have been back problems. I don't know.
It was more mental, I think. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him,
no
but I think yoga. I think yoga is a very good mixture between physical and mental
it is.
exercise.
It's great mental wise.
Yeah.
It's like the way you also released energy, like you said, and they do some in the Retiro. Bro, we should do it there.
Definitely.
We almost did one this morning there, but it was at noon. And we couldn't make it. We had other shit, but. That's why we're going today at 7 because we wanted to do it at noon. But next time, you know what? We'll do the one in the park.
Of course,
because one in the Tito, it's like you said, you're doing it barefoot, cleansing, grounding, and you actually feel the energy release. And that's another way to let go of thoughts. Yeah, it's like the yoga. I mean, all the yogis, it's all parts like the main spiritual practice, alongside with meditation, which we were talking about before, and we didn't come back to it. Yeah, tell me a little bit about that. You say that you're not able to do it?
I started, dude, I don't know. You have to tell me how I'm holding this because sometimes,
perfect. I hear you perfectly.
I started meditating or trying to meditate like a year ago just to try it out. But I noticed that my mind races a lot. So basically what I've come to understand, I don't know how correct this is because I don't do it a lot, but meditating is the practice of what you mentioned at the very beginning, just having thoughts and letting them go by. Not being attached to them. Don't hold on to it, just let it pass. And eventually it's clear, eventually that's like to the goal, I guess. So I have tried that and I practiced it and I must say that I have enjoyed it very much. But to me at least, the whole standing still and it's very hard. I'm very active. I have to move and I like moving. So if I meditate, I take, for example, skateboarding for me was meditating. Going on a hike and sitting, watching the sunset, just sitting there, just looking straight ahead it's meditating. I'm not consciously thinking about my breathing. I'm not hanging on to thoughts either, So for me, it's a good mixture. I don't know. Do you meditate or?
I like that because I think everybody has their kind of meditations, and it's like you said. I like that at the end, the meditation is not about shutting the thinking up. It's about being with the thought, getting familiar with it. Yeah. And like you're saying, if you're being with your thoughts, when you're skateboarding, when you're walking, then you are meditating.
Yeah, I think so.
The shower, that's another way you meditate because you get 1,000 different thoughts that are just like somehow you're like, I was thinking about, my girlfriend, and then suddenly I'm thinking about, the trip I took to Iceland 7 years ago and how I want to go again. Like, it's so weird, And so I agree with you on that. I think there's the practice of actually sitting down, closing your eyes, and I'm still experimenting with it. Now I'm trying to do it in the mornings. I'm trying to send the signal to my brain that when I wake up, the first thing I do is that instead of checking my phone. And it's tough because, especially having my girlfriend that's like 9 hours behind me, she's still awake when I wake up. If I wake up earlier, it's like,
good morning, babe, or good night.
Yeah, it's both. You're going to bed, I'm waking up.
Oh, wow.
But it's nice because I get to go on my morning walk and talk to her. So I feel like, and I want to hear the message has been like, I haven't heard it all night. I want to talk to her. So I'm happy she's coming now because now I don't have a reason to check my phone in the morning.
Nice.
It's going to be easier, but that's what I'm saying in terms of meditating. It's being able to do that in the morning is also sending that signal to me, to my brain, that I am the priority. Like, it's for me, man. I'm doing it for me. So I'm trying to get into that. I don't know. It is, like you said, it is. I relate to you so much in that I am very reactive, and I used to talk. I still talk very quickly. And I'm trying to, I'm also doing because I want to slow down.
Yeah.
I really want to slow down because I can be very reactive. To go back to the conversation we were talking about with our siblings, parents, I feel like, it's like you said, you get excited to be with them. And that's why I was late all the time, because I felt that I could do so much in one day. Time with them, time for myself, time to work out, and I would never calculate, like I would overestimate my ability to task switch and to go from one place to the next.
Yeah.
And that's why I was always like, I was very impressed. I was always 5 to 10 minutes late. But the reason I was so tense in my neck and the pains I had was because I was so stressed.
Yeah.
Like I was in the car like, fuck, like well, I'm not getting there on time, or I know you're late. And this is what I mean by active. It's like I need to.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I do the meditation, again, for both the mental and the thoughts, but for my entire slow down, because I don't slow down.
Dude, it's so important what you mentioned of like starting your day off like that. Like the first thing you do, this is such a cliche
Even
theme in every conversation, but taking the phone the first thing in the morning, I do it. It's so hard for me.
Me too.
It's so hard for me. So hard for me. And I really, really consciously do it every time. And I'm like, I shouldn't have. Like, why did I pick up my phone? I could have just drink water, bro.
And you know what I do to help?
Yeah.
I like always sleep with airplane mode on.
Okay.
So I don't know if you do that.
Yeah, I do.
And that's one. And two, I like to put it on my desk so it's not next to my bed.
Far away.
So that also, if the alarm rings, it forces me to get out of bed to take it off. I don't stay in bed. So I'm putting the system in so that at least it keeps me, like, it's like a process that it works. It works. I've noticed it really works. And then what I do is because it's on my desk, I turn it off. I kind of like don't have the habit of taking it directly. Ooh. So I just like press it and like I guess I go brush my teeth.
Yeah, because you're already up. That's not bad, actually.
I kind of leave the room.
I'm gonna practice that today. In fact,
remember, one thing to take away from this is remove your presence.
Yeah.
The room. Like I said before. Yeah. I have a thought coming in. Remove your presence. Yeah. Don't want to take your phone. Remove your presence. Yeah. Like leave.
Yeah.
Truly, if a new thought will come in, you'll forget about it.
Yeah.
Because we generate thoughts like every 90 seconds. Right?
Yeah. Really?
Maybe less. Don't quote me.
Okay.
But fact guy, Jamie, how often, like second wise, do we generate new thoughts? Is it every 90 seconds? Can you ask Google or ChatGPT?
Please. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you. Because I think, so that's what I'm saying, like fresh thought is always coming in, right? If you don't hold on to it, then you're going to get new thought all the time.
Yeah.
The only reason we don't is because you hold on to old thought.
Yeah. And definitely.
That you were saying before about meditation, I think it's also about, like, once you understand how the mind works, that's how you get a clear mind or quiet mind.
Dude, and it's so hard, It's so hard to understand how any mind works, but understanding your own mind is tricky because it's your mind at the end of the day. Molly, how are you doing, baby? At the end of the day, your mind is your mind. Like when you speak about your mind, it's your mind speaking out your mind.
It's so meta.
It's very meta. It's like, yo, wait, what? And so understanding it's very complex, and I think it should be a priority, and I think you do it very well, bro. I really love what you said about I love the way you do all these things of reflecting and these thoughts and these conversations you like having. And I think you're a beautiful speaker, bro. And I was really excited. And I really do. I think you're really good at communicating physically and verbally. And I think that comes from the fact that I think you do practice that. You practice the fact that you know what you're saying when you want to say it. You believe what you say to be true for yourself. You don't say stuff just because you think it should be said. As you mentioned before, the inflation of words.
I used to, though. I really want to make a point that I used to.
Yeah, and yeah. I think we all grow and we learn.
We all evolve, yeah.
And some people don't, which is very fun to see. I love seeing it.
To each their own, right? You can't help people who don't want to be helped. Yeah, same thing, no?
Exactly.
I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. I received them, and thank you, because you helped me see it in myself. So it means a lot to me. Thank you.
Yeah, nice.
But I've really tried that. That's why it means a lot to me, because I've really put in the work for it. And I do think, like, there's one thing, if anybody asks me what's the biggest thing you'd recommend for someone to develop themselves, or just for self-development or self-help, so the number one tip I would give is writing. Like, whether it's journaling, writing publicly on Twitter, or what I do, and yes, you have, you got it? You got the fact?
So it's 6,000 thoughts approximately
per day. And every how often do we get?
So approximately would be about, we have 4.17 thoughts per minute.
4.17 thoughts.
0.42 fresh thoughts per minute. I don't know what the difference
is. Yeah, but it doesn't tell you every how often we get a new thought.
Well, 0.42, I imagine, is the
is
fresh
that what
thought.
he said?
I think, 0.42 fresh thoughts per minute, which I take it to be as in. I thought as like, whoa.
You do, man. And you can feel it. And
definitely.
So to go to your point, is I've also
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. What was I going to tell you? Oh, what I was saying is I've noticed, and this is what I've studied and researched a lot over the past few months and year now, is that anything you can observe is not you. That is your thoughts, right? And if you can, this is what you're saying, is like you can speak more clearly and understand what you're saying a little bit more. Writing helps a lot, evidently, because you're basically putting things on paper and it's creating, like it's bringing them to life, and it's creating a separation between what's in here and what's on paper. But the other, taking a step further, is if you can observe that little voice inside your head, you can really just let it pass. And that's what I'm talking about before, is like, how do you not hold on? Well, you don't hold on by noticing it. Right? That's simple.
I tell everybody that yesterday I had a beautiful conversation with a friend of mine who's been going through, everybody has their own thoughts and troubles, and a beautiful conversation where I just found it so important to let her know that the first step to fixing something is knowing that there's something that you don't like to nostrum patri. There's a first step to, like, thank you very much, to noticing that you have a problem. I wouldn't call it problem. You should call it problem.
Acknowledgement.
Exactly.
It's funny you say that.
Acknowledgement. Nice.
If I sent you like 7 of my newsletters, like I've released a lot, but if I sent you, like, I'm just saying 7 randomly, but I probably have like 80% of my letters have said the first and hardest step is acknowledgement. And love that you said, man, we're connected.
It's true, bro. We're born on the same day. We have to be connected.
But it's true. I love that you said, like, how did she react when you told her that?
Sadly, well, not sadly. It's very simple to say something like this.
Yeah. But you know that creating change, for someone to change, it all starts by helping them see things in a way they didn't before.
Yeah.
That's why people have coaches. People have
psychologists.
Psychologists. People to tell you to see gaps in your life, and then you tell them the truth.
Do you go to therapy?
I used to. It's been like 3-4 years now. I work with a coach.
Nice.
Which I much prefer.
Nice.
And
you kind of do your own therapy anyway, with the whole writing and reflecting.
And I'm coaching people now. Did you know that?
Yes, I know you're a coach.
Yeah,
that's so cool. We've never talked about it, but
I know we
I've
haven't talked about it much. It is fairly recent. It's been 3-4 months now.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's really cool. So I get to see all these experiences, and I get to also put into practice what I've done for myself.
How does that happen, bro? How do you coach someone?
It's such a good point. It's well, honestly, it's like that was why I started creating content. Was I was like learning a lot of this stuff for myself, and I was just sharing what I was learning with people, and then did it for a few months, and then around April. Well, it's a crazy story. I haven't said this on the podcast because it's happened and I haven't recorded the podcast yet, but maybe I'll share it here. I was in Vegas visiting Hannah, and I remember getting sad. I had been working at my business and making this happen for like 7 months, and I hadn't made any money, barely. I remember I released a product, and that got me very little money, but I had made my first $1 online, which was nice, but not enough. But I wanted to coach people. I wanted to do this life coach. I didn't know if I could at a young age. I didn't know if it was possible. And anyway, long story short is, I get to Vegas and I release one of my products online. And some guy, and the way it works is you release a product and somebody else gives you their email in exchange for it, so I can build my email list, as I was telling you about before. And he sent me a DM saying like, can we talk? I need some help with something. And we got on a call, and he appears on the Google Meet, on the Zoom, and he was he was older than me. He was like double my age. And I remember like during that whole hour, I didn't even know I could coach someone, but it turns out I'm coaching him. He's telling me about what's going on in his life. And I'm seeing, like I said, these gaps in his life, and I'm able to, and then I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just going to tell him the truth. Yeah. So I started telling him the truth. And obviously I learned a lot from my father, who I don't know if you've met my father yet, but he is the reason I can, to answer your questions, like, how can I do this? Why can I do this? Yeah. Is because of him. Like, he's taught me everything since I'm very young. And anyway, it started with him. It turns out when I had first met this guy, I asked him, where are you in the world? And he's like, oh, I'm in Vegas. And I'm like, and then because my girlfriend doesn't live in Las Vegas. She lives in a little town next to Vegas. And I say the name of the little town. And when I say it, his face goes white as if he's seen a ghost. He's like, what? Like, you could tell he was speechless.
Yeah.
And then we go and we meet in person. And I think that really helped because he got to meet me in person. I wasn't some random guy on the internet anymore. I was somebody who was in his, and he was like, and I barely go, I go to Vegas every so often for him, but like, what are the odds that he's there?
That's crazy.
So and then he signed with me that day. We met in person, did our first session in person, and then I was supposed to leave that week to go back to Madrid. Second week, we ended up extending my stay because I wasn't ready to leave yet.
Right.
And that week, we meet up in person again, and we're meeting at a coffee shop outside. There's nobody else but one woman behind. After our conversation is over, I go inside, I go get coffee. I don't know what I do. He comes to see me. He's like, you know that woman who was behind us the whole time? She was listening. She says that she can relate to my life and what I was sharing. She wants to meet you. Are you happy to meet with her? I was like, of course. I'm like, I remember looking around and like taking it in, like, I'm at a Starbucks in my girlfriend's hometown where she was born and raised. Yeah. Lived 23 years.
Yeah.
And
now suddenly you have a connection to that.
And I'm going to get maybe my second client now. And I remember sitting with this woman, incredible woman. We had a really big connection as well.
Wow.
And she signed to work with me that day. And I remember I was home late that day because I was supposed to meet my client for 1 hour and meet Hannah back at home at noon. And then come back to like 1:30. She's like, where the hell have you been? I was like, I just signed like a new client at your local coffee shop right there. She's like, what? I was like, I don't know. It's crazy. And then he started referring me, and then that's how I started getting clients.
Wow.
And it's just a crazy story just to show you that, one, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to figure everything out. Don't plan. Put in the work, show up, be committed.
And see how it goes. Yeah, seek, discover, see how it goes.
And figure it out as you go. Because I think life is truly about figuring it out as you go.
And I think it's beautiful that just as it went well, it could have maybe not, but you were still there, determined to make it go well. So you put in the.
I could have quit a bunch of times,
of course,
because I remember like also to show you, like, it was really at the lowest moment. Like I remember it was that Sunday. 'Cause I think I met him on a Monday. That Sunday I went on a walk, and Hannah was like, "Why are you so sad today?" I'm like, he's like, and she knows it wasn't about her or anything with us. She's like, we're here together. Like usually you should be so happy, because we're long distance. So whenever we're together, it's so nice.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it was truly because I was like, I've put in all this work for 7 months. I didn't go out, didn't drink, really committed myself to working. I was working like 12-hour days, really trying to make money and do this work. And I was really sad that I couldn't. And just like you said, I could have, but I made a commitment. I said, I'm going to really commit to making this work. And that's the power of commitments.
Totally.
Right?
Wow. That's
what do you hear in that for yourself? Anything?
Such a powerful story, bro.
Thank you.
It's very beautiful. And it's very motivational.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's very motivational. Yeah, of course. The hell?
I don't have choice.
Dude, I'm wearing like massive earphones directly to your sound.
I don't have choice. No, but I just say that truly for and also like for everybody listening and for you specifically as well. I really believe that if you put your mind to something and you commit yourself, I think we're talking about commitments. If you commit it for yourself and you practice it for yourself, and it can be as little as what we said, telling yourself, I'm not going to check my phone. That's a commitment you made with yourself.
Definitely.
Don't check your phone.
Don't. Yeah.
Do it. Practice it for yourself. Because if you can do it there, you can apply it to every other area of your life. Because if you can show up here on time like you did today, what's stopping you from going to your concert later? Which we should stop soon because of it. Because I don't want you to be late, and we don't want to be late for yoga either.
Right.
But you see what I'm
time
saying?
Is it?
6:30. Yeah, we should wrap up soon.
Damn.
But
what?
Yeah, we talked for a whole hour, man.
What?
Yeah, it's nice, huh?
Can we do like 5 parts?
Man, we'll do. I definitely want to have you back.
Please?
Like you are an incredible. Please let me acknowledge you for a second. Yeah, you are. I love your energy since I met you. Beautiful smile. You never stop smiling, which I love. And don't worry, you're not my type, so I don't mean it that way. But like you see, even that, like I love how like you're not afraid to let that energy come out. It's beautiful. So now this is what we're doing, and it's on the record. We're going to be doing more podcasts, more yogas, more walks, hikes whenever you can.
Yeah.
More paddles whenever you're ready to go play again.
Yeah.
And more one-on-one coffees.
Please.
And or teas.
Or teas. Either or.
But
Cafe buddies.
But I really, that's what we said. Thank you.
Well, that's a really good one.
But thank you for really making the time to come here, for reaching out to me that when you did, and to really ask. I know you're curious at starting your own podcast. Do you feel like after this experience, you feel more motivated to?
Definitely. And after this whole commitment thing,
commit yourself for yourself.
It's commitment, bro. It's just.
So is that what you hear? Is that what you're taking away from this?
Yes. I wouldn't say only, but it's definitely a very good point. Something that it can grow into something very much. Just constantly having one action. Yeah, one action. Literally. Just Yeah, I don't know what that action is though yet. So I'll see.
Maybe it's like you committing yourself to, like I said, the thing on the phone.
Yeah.
Start with that one action.
Yeah.
And it can lead into exponentially affecting you. For example, okay, I committed to touching my phone and it's working. I can commit to doing the podcast once a week, which is what I was doing before when I did season 1. I said, I'm going to do as many as I can. I think at least once a week. And I was, when you commit to it at the end, you kind of figure it out and you kind of revolve everything around it in a way, right?
Yeah, I think I don't know how much I'm gonna, but very quickly, I think it's important to do stuff even if they're not succeeding under what you establish as success. So seeing something just go, just building something. It like nobody's watching. Nobody. So I don't know how much it was. I create a playlist every day during the week.
I love that. That's commitment.
That's commitment. And I'm not getting anything from it. And I have that feeling of, why am I doing this? Like, I'm looking through songs and making sure they all fit a theme and stuff. But at the end of the day, I do believe that eventually I think something's going to happen. Something's going to come from it. And it's a little action. Every day I put in my little action.
Beautiful. And that's what, if you go back to what we talked about before, if you seek discomfort every day a little bit, in this case, for example, it might not be the most comfortable for you to do a playlist every day because you don't have time. Yeah. It's like you don't have, you have to really, like you said, have to go through all these songs and everything. But putting in the little action every day, it's going to compound. Yeah, definitely. And when it adds together, it's so fucking powerful.
Yeah, it is.
Well, listen, before we wrap up, what we used to do in season 1, and I'm going to keep this going in season 2 because I love it. And then you're a big music guy, as am I. I always ask my guests, right now, when I ask you this question, what comes to you in the moment? What song is coming to your head right now that you would like to end? It'll be the outro of the podcast. So it's no pressure, my friend. But you can only choose one. It'll play 30 seconds from the beginning to the first 30 seconds of the song. What arises? It could Candy, Paolo Nutini. I love it. Who are you going to go see today?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Candy?
Easy money. Candy by Paolo Nutini.
So we're listening right now to Candy by Paolo Nutini. Yeah. I love it because you're introducing me to new artists. Yeah. Please send me some of those playlists.
Of course. I have a WhatsApp channel. I'll put you in it.
Please. Yeah. Love you. See, you're creating something. My man, thank you for being here. Much love to you always. And we're going to do part 2, part 3, part 4.
Please. Beautiful. I loved it.
Beautiful. Much love.
Thank you.
With the evening on my tail, although not the most honest means of travel, it gets me there nonetheless.